EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready, yellow lady. Here we go, D.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. This is complete to Michael Thomas. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Breeze now to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Check 50, check 50. Over. Kill.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. One heck of a 3rd down conversion, 33 yards.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 there and a New Orleans 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Ready, yellow lady, yellow lady. Hey, break it down, fellas, break it down.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Ready, 95, 56. 56.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Ready, 95, 56, 95, 56. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
They run with a former Viking and Raider. It's Latavius Murray. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Niners' 8-yard line.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready. Yellow waiting. Yellow waiting.
Now Breeze lost the football. Touchdown, and the New Orleans Saints put 6 up on the board. Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Check 24. Check 24.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And a 49er 1st down.
Here we go.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Flush to his right. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback. Hey, exit. Check flag 47. Check flag 47. Ricky Richmond.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And his throw here's incomplete. There defensively to break that one up, Ken Crawley.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Go, go. 47. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still 21, 21. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 34-yard line. Well, Pettis is quickly becoming the #1 receiving option for Jimmy Garoppolo. Into last year, John Lynch said that they loved the way he closed the season, really came on late. Remember, this is a guy that they traded up to get at number 44 back in 2018 out of the University of Washington. Now Howard, and he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down at the 32-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Garoppolo. Open man is born. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 16.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Steps away. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot.
That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish-type matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover it? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You going to yell at me? You go cover it.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Kamara. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
I don't even know why this team showed up. Shift.
A run, it's Murray. Oh, fancy running by Murray. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Murray. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, it wasn't much of a gain, but we're getting near the 2-minute warning, so maybe they just want to get to that point, regroup, and decide what they want to do the rest of the half.
At the 49ers' 14-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
Let's stop.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Ready. Yellow lady. Rip left.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, second and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Let's think here. You're still just in the second quarter. You taking the 3 points?
I am taking the 3 points, and I'm just relying on my defense here. Show them you have a little confidence in them, and let the offense know, nice drive. Come back next time. We'll go get 6 then, but for now, we'll take the 3.
On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Lutz's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. Gold to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10.
Makes the score Niners 14, Saints 10. Robbie Gould set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Breeze now. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie from UVA, Juan Thornhill. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Well, when both guys went up for the ball, I just thought, who's going to come down with it? I didn't think he'd come down with it and then take it all the way for a touchdown.
That's battling, isn't it? Because normally, if both guys go up for it and come down with it, the tie goes to the offense. The defensive player didn't want it to be a tie at all. He wanted a little bit more, took it, and went the other direction.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Looking long for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Thomas the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let him know, let him know. 56 to Mike, boys, 56. Check, 56. Here we go, here we go. Tight dog, tight.
The final shot before half for Breeze. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from UVA, Juan Thornhill. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the 2nd half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Here we go. 120. I got you. I got you.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field. Have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
12. I got you. That's right, baby. They don't want it. 47's the mic. 47's the mic. Come on.
Garoppolo completes it to Hardman. 30. Past the 20. touchdown, 49ers. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Gets fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On the ground, Kamara. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Breeze. And that is incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Thomas Morstead now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
He's checking crap. Kill. Out. 12, fellas, here we go. Switch gears. Hey, gun.
They run again with Hines. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20.
Here we go.
Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Hines. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Here we go. Wait, 80! Light 54. Yo, 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 yo. Yo. Joker, 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 Joker. Hatchet, hatchet.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Again, it's Howard. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They run from the shotgun with Murray. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They run it again with Kamara. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Double tight, double tight. Hey, 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 hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
A give to Kamara running right. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Again, it's Kamara. A little juke. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Kamara trying the right side. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. What's good on the extra point? And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And some room to run now. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a first down. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Shane Ray. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And look at this, for the second straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Set. 5-9. 27. Let's go, D. Let's go.
To throw is Breeze. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure.
And this will be caught at the 30. That's on the 2nd-round pick, Eric McCoy from Texas A&M. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. The Saints do snap it. It's Breeze. Looking long for Thomas. And this is going to be incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180. Check, check. got this. Slam.
On first down, Hines trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, Alpha.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
First down, San Francisco.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Gun.
Mike's 47.
Oh, Garoppolo's going to throw it. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. This is caught at the 20. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And now off to the races down the right side. 20, 10, and he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal.
Saints 32.
This will be taken short. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Here we go. Here we go.
Garoppolo now. 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
Alert!
You got tight right there. 4-7's the mic. 4-7's the mic.
Garoppolo looking to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the...
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Here I come again. Here I come again. 6 guys. Check 6. We're good. We're good. That's 4. Ready.
He'll look to throw. And Thomas has it. 23 yards the pickup there. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Solomon Thomas, they'd love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack. And the pressure gets to him again. Bradley Chubb in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up. Double up. Kill.
One final try here for Breeze. He's going to let it fly. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And Charles, in this one, the fourth quarter became a lot more interesting, I know, than I anticipated. Probably you anticipated. A comeback bid falling just a little bit short.
You're never supposed to count a team out, and I know we didn't on air, but mentally, I just didn't see this type of a comeback, especially one that put them in a position to put the real pressure on them down the stretch.
So for San Francisco, they're into the win column for the third time this year as they get the victory here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Saints, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.